Hello, Vanessa. It's a pleasure to have you back at Ayurveda. And I
Hi.
actually am encroaching on your time today just to, you know, get some feedback, an honest feedback, good, bad, ugly, as to, your Ayurveda journey. So I thought, maybe what prompted you to join us, and that would be great. As a,
Sure. Hi, Rajat. It's good to be back too. so um, I have always battled with gut issues. I've very early on, about like 15 years ago, maybe felt that things just didn't suit me so much. I didn't feel so good when I started eating things. I did not understand it. Did a couple of tests like lactose, nothing much came out of it. But I realized a while ago, just through process of elimination, which I don't necessarily think is so good. Just, avoiding foods that, oh, now I'm feeling better. This is making me feel better. So what prompted me to you is that I think Ayurveda is perfect to help me recognize or understand my body time. I think it's definitely one size does not fit all. You have to understand your own body makeup, and then go from there. And it's not about miracle pills or just quick powders, because you have to make a lifestyle change. And I think that's where Ayurveda and your cause, your organization, and everybody that practices Ayurveda helps, is to just understand your body and to um, make a lifestyle change right from the beginning. So there's a lot of things available out there, like probiotics. Some work, some don't work, some work for a very short period of time. But I think it helped me to understand where to start, where to begin.
like, and were you able to sort of start your journey with a few things, or that as you went through our Ayurveda interactions in the community and workshops?
Yep, absolutely. I feel like even just speaking about probiotics, the natural one that I tried through your recipes, that helped me feel better. Just understanding how to stop and think of this. So life is so fast paced for all of us. Um, I know we had the huge discussion on basic things like sleep, your bowel activity, elimination. Those are things that people just seem to, including me, just seem to say, oh, I don't go regularly. I go once every 2-3 days. And that seems to become part of life. But to just stop and think that there's something really wrong if you are not able to go every day. If, is it the water? Is it what you're eating? Is it the exercise? So that helped me too, because that made me more aware that, wait, something's wrong. So I need to step back and maybe just start from the basics. So yeah, a lot of the good advice that you gave, I put into practice. Even just the fact that as Indians, we know this, but just to become more aware of it, just overcooking everything, the right things to use in cooking, like the right oils, the right sugar, the levels of just to bring all your levels more in check. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think it did. It really did help me get on the right track.
And Vanessa, here's where I would need your help. And as we try and expand this message, across, because it's almost like a wake up call, and not, because unfortunately humans are prone to switch on and switch off, and we've been through bad times globally, and then everybody goes on their ways without, as if nothing was happening. But so, what would be your sort of take on who would be the people who would benefit most, and where we can actually be building this community where everybody is not just taking from the well, but also being a participant, bringing in those nuggets of wisdom, and it comes from everybody. So that would be something really I'm really curious to sort of hear.
Sure. I just feel like women, basically, I can cite my example, and just about everybody I know, all of my friends, my entire friend group, a lot of family that are post 40, Obviously your metabolism starts to slow down, but just about everybody is having gut issues. Just about everybody seems that, to say, oh, I'm going to stop gluten and I'm going to stop dairy and it's going to fix everything. When in fact, I've seen that it's not. It could be grains. I know people that have cut out just grains or try to understand, what kind of things, maybe high protein works better with somebody. And so I feel like digestion, the gut is definitely a big one, because there are so many, especially women, that suffer from this. The bloating, it's not just, go make celery juice and it's going to help you.
Right.
It's not. But I also feel that, now that you're asking, and I know I haven't discussed this before. So I also teach. I teach early childhood education, and I feel that um, this is, is an observation that I'm making from I'm not just speaking out there at large. This is something that's happening on a day-to-day basis. I feel like the children, um, in a class of 15 children, about 8 or 9 have huge challenging behavioral problems, and I feel like it's connected to what we eat, to what they eat. It could be a bunch of different things, like their gut lining or the way they metabolize. But I know this from a family member also that has dealt with this, dived in, worked with a doctor, done a lot of research. It is what we eat, and it directly manifests in challenging behaviors. It's not just, and it's on the rise. It never used to be, but it's out there and it's crazy. I see children in my class that eat and have such a crazy rush of adrenaline. They're bouncing up and down. It's hard to understand. But it is a fact. And it's, a lot of parents just have no clue. They have no clue that it is related. And it's not necessarily junk food. It just could be what they're eating is not what is meant for their bodies. So
Right. And it also is, again, that dovetails into the fact that as children, I mean, they have little control in their environment. So then it behooves on the parents themselves so it takes a village, and including the teachers and everybody else. But then there's no one input that can just solve it. And it requires us to have an ecosystem where we are sort of cognizant and reinforcing positive behaviors. And that's where, the people who are not, and everybody's a caregiver, education giver, and everything else. So if that comes together,
yeah,
then you're really bringing in change. But I think that's wonderful. And I never thought on those lines, but yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're impacting everybody else, and for youngsters who are surrounded by wrong influence, they are on a path which will ultimately lead to, as we say, overflow of the tub, and then things are way downhill from there. But these
exactly.
are wonderful thoughts, and we love to have you continue your Ayurveda journey with us. And you are obviously, like some of others who've joined and been, as we say, founder members. So we spread the light and the wisdom. So it is a pleasure, and we will continue this journey. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
absolutely.